Well, hey there, Intro to Ag. This video is for you if you were absent on Friday, what day was it? The 20th of November, and that was our last day of school before we went remote. But I understand that some of you had already been absent, or there were things that you couldn't come back for. Here I am. Do you recognize where I am? The lab. And today what we did in Intro to Ag on the 20th was we made some Thanksgiving floral arrangements. Usually we make arrangements in February when I have Intro to Ag class all year long, and the arrangements are like a Valentine's arrangement, but also to bring awareness to you guys about the floral industry and how big of a part of agriculture that is. So today we're making Thanksgiving arrangements, and that's something that you'll be able to use on your Thanksgiving table and wherever that may be. So hopefully it'll be something you can share with your families. So you're getting all the supplies to do this, and I just prepared kits for all of you that were absent, and I'm going to be dropping them off at your houses. So you'll find this kit at your house, probably in your mailbox or on your porch, something like that, and that'll be Saturday, the 21st of November. So your job is to make the Thanksgiving floral arrangement and then send me a picture so that I can see it. Now your classmates in class, they had use of facilities here and equipment, of course, but you're not going to need anything besides what I give you because it's already kind of prepared for you just to get a little creative and try out your hand at a little floral arrangement. So to start with, what we used is a pumpkin, a cute little pumpkin as our container today. So nice and festive. The pumpkin, we cut the top off like you would a jack-o'-lantern. We scraped it out and we put a liner in it. So this is just a plastic cup, and inside is a piece of this green foam that we call floral foam. And it's what keeps flowers fresh. Now, two things that you need to be aware of. Number one, that the pumpkin is perishable, right? So after a certain period of time, it's going to start rotting. So if you do put it on your table, I would recommend putting a plate or some sort of dish underneath it so that if it does rot, then it doesn't get all over the table. Eventually it will rot. Sometimes floral designers put bleach inside the cavity of the pumpkin to make it last longer if they're making a design like this, but today we didn't really do that with all of yours. I did it on a couple, but I had some help getting the containers ready, and they already were pretty packed in there before we thought about the bleach. The other thing is, you are going to want to add some water to your reservoir and continue to do so. The little cup in the center, because that is going to make sure that your flowers stay fresh longer. If you don't do that, then the flowers are going to die quicker because they don't have water. So let me show you what we're using for materials today. Everything you have is in a cup in a piece of floral foam, and so that floral foam and those flowers are not designed in any way. It's not designed to be used because it'll have holes in it from the flowers. It's designed for you to take the flowers from that cup and put it in your pumpkin. And you can throw away any extra or remaining materials. Nothing is needed to come back here. So the first type of flower that you're going to be using that I have here, these are called palms, and there's lots of different kinds of them, lots of different colors. So you got a little bit of a mix, and some of them are really open, others are buds, and that allows us to kind of have the main part. We call these a mass flower of the floral design. The next little flower that you have, I've already trimmed these up, by the way, so they're all ready to stick in. This yellow one is called Solidago, and Solidago kind of reminds me of goldenrod, but it's not. It's a specific flower for floral designing, and it's a filler flower, so we're going to use that around our mass flowers today. The third thing that you have is some pieces of this like very light green leafy thing, and there's some like flower bud things on there. This is called seeded eucalyptus, and in class your classmates were noting that seeded eucalyptus kind of sounds like eucalyptus. Oh, a koala would eat. Kind of, but not the same. You also have some of this the ends of this. It's an artificial like grass that I stuck some in just so that you could find something else to use and be a little creative. Feel free to use anything else around your house as well. I had some other random things here in the classroom that your classmates definitely used, a few other supplies, whatever I had available that was kind of fall festive colors. So let's get to it. This is not going to take you too long to do. And again, you're going to do this and then you're going to send me a picture of it. Don't have a picture taking device, use your laptop. It has a camera and you can take a picture. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mass flowers in here. And by the way, you're going to want to do this as soon as possible because flowers are perishable and they will die if they are not in the floral foam. So don't take them out of the floral foam. They are perishable. We trimmed the stems very low to the ground because this floral arrangement, the pumpkin container is so small that it's not something that, this one, the flower head got really sad. It's kind of flopping around, so I'm not going to use that one. The container is so small, you don't want the flowers to be like overpowering it or super large on top of it. Now I did kind of like 4 that are around there, and I might add a few more in, but I'm going to use some of my other materials first. There's a lot of space in between the flower and the pumpkin here, so this is where we use some of our seeded eucalyptus, and we're going to create some cute little, they almost look like pumpkin leaves. And the seed ones are also going to go in there. And this is called greening when we do this around the bottom of the container. And I'm going to trim this one a little bit. Didn't trim it good enough, Mrs. Burnson. Going to kind of put some all the way around and kind of find the right piece, figure out what I want. Like I said, you get a little variety in there, so you can do the same, figure out what piece is gonna fit well where. Some of them will kind of bend over into the desired form that you want or the right way. So I just kind of have some of those all the way around. And again, it really just buffers that container and the flowers so that they're not like, there's not like harsh edges. Floral designing is very art focused, and I think I said that to you guys when we did the one for the homecoming. All right, I'm gonna add a couple more flowers, some of the smaller ones. These are more of like the buds, and I really left myself some of the worst ones to work with so you guys could have the better flowers. And not gonna lie, your classmates that were here in class did probably pick like the preferential ones when they were here, but you would have too if you were here. I'm gonna finish with some Solidago. I get my flowers confused sometimes. And if there's any leaves at the very bottom, pull those off because you really are only gonna see the flowers at the top. And if you have leaves at the bottom and it goes into the floral foam, that's gonna make it harder to actually put it in there. It's not gonna have quite a tight fit. We didn't tape our containers down at all because they already are kind of in a good spot in that way. They have quite a bit of, they're already kind of stuck. They don't need to have too much like tape. A lot of times we tape our container if the container is something that the floral foam might fall out of. Solidago, I try not to have it too far above the flowers itself, but like I said, it's a filler flower, so it's gonna fill some spaces for me. And I also told you that I left myself some of the worst flowers so that you guys could have the better flowers. And so generally I'd probably use another one of my mass flowers in here if I had one to create this design instead of using more filler. And I think I am going to add in, I have a couple more of the bigger buds that I used. I also didn't have a whole lot of color selection left, but I'm gonna do my best here. Putting some flowers, a couple on the sides, again, just because of the flowers that I used, that I had left, are not as desirable per se as some of the ones that I gave you guys. I'm also gonna post a picture of a couple of the ones that your classmates made, and that way you'll have a picture of some that came out really nice. Your classmates made some really beautiful ones in class. I'm gonna finish with some of these like fake little grassy things, and I did this yesterday, an example one for them that I just kind of like found a spot and I made put it in at an asymmetrical angle, and I kind of put them in together so they look like they're all in a group. Sorry, I'm checking my time here. I have somewhere to go in a few minutes, but we're almost done. So my grasses are getting a little crazy here. Let me try again. Key is to be gentle when you're floral designing. Don't try to like smash and crash, because that never really ends up well. I did have to backtrack and put them in like a few at a time instead of all together. I thought I would get them in all together. Depends on what else is in your floral foam. Ah, this last one won't go in. There. All right, so this is my little harvest centerpiece for my Thanksgiving table. Thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to see yours. And again, you are responsible for sending me a picture of your arrangement after you make it. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. We'll see you on the Google Meets this week. Bye.